Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm releasing my first goalie guide in NHL 23. Goalie has changed a bit from years past. This year it's a much tougher position and is more unforgiving. In the past, you could get away with being off your angles and reading plays slowly, but that just isn't the case anymore. So, in this video I want to go over the basics you need to be a successful goalie in NHL 23. First things first, we're going to start with settings, so head into the settings tab on the main menu and click on controls. Head down to goalie settings and here you'll see the 4 different control settings. The goalie control setting is entirely up to you. I just recommend using default however, as it's more intuitive to learn and it's how I'll reference controls throughout the video. Make sure you always have goalie precision default turned on. This will prevent your goalie from doing super wide moves every time you touch your joystick. Lastly, leave goalie covers on auto and goalie sweeps is on. I don't like to mess with these 2 settings too much. It doesn't affect much, but they make your life much easier. Next, you want to head over to audio and visual settings, and on this page there are only 2 things you need to worry about. Firstly is puck size and puck highlight size. I like to have these both set to large as it just makes the puck easier to see. Next is your camera angle, and for this setting I'd really only recommend 3 different angles, which I'll go over now. First is overhead, which is what most of the community uses for skater, but it's also a great goalie camera. It allows you to read the play really well as you can see the entire zone at once. The downside of this camera, however, is it's very easy to lose your angles, which this year is a big deal. The next angle is high, which is pretty much just the opposite of overhead. It's super good for staying on your angles, but you lose the ability to read the play as well. Another big con is the camera follows the puck below the goal line. As you see on screen now, whenever the puck is behind the net, you can't see anywhere else in the zone, which can be very costly. The last angle is fixed, and this camera gives you the best of both worlds. You can see most of the ice, which makes reading plays easy, but it's also low enough to keep your angles in check. The only con with this angle is even though it's the best of both worlds, it isn't excellent at anything. You can't see the entire ice at once, which hurts when reading plays, and it can sometimes be difficult to watch angles when the skater is on the outside. Ultimately, it's up to personal preference, but I personally prefer to play on fixed. Moving on to actual gameplay now, I want to go over the most tips I can that you can use right away to improve your goalie gameplay. The biggest change I've noticed this year is that you have to challenge the shot more. In past games, you could get away with playing deeper in your crease, but this year it seems like everything goes in. The best way to stop the puck this year is challenging the shooter and trusting your defense to take away passing lanes. The next tip is a huge one, and that would be to not touch any of the desperation saves. A lot of newer goalies especially think that they're going to make some highlight reel save every game when most of the time, you just dive out of the way. This especially goes for breakaways. You stand a better chance standing up than you do flopping around. The only desperation save worth your time is a spread eagle, but that's a very situational move, so I recommend just staying away from them altogether. Next, you want to make sure you're square to the puck with your feet set before every shot. If you're moving when a player shoots the puck, your goalie gets locked into whatever movement pattern you had before the shot. This causes your goalie to move out of the net for a shot you otherwise would have been in position for. Speaking of movement, remember that you don't need to move nearly as much when the puck is further from your net. Tracking the puck at the blue line is very easy compared to tracking it in the slot, because you cover more angles. And on the topic of angles, make sure you're always covering the short side shot. It is 100% your fault if you get scored on the short side, because your defense is hopefully covering every other option. This year, I find you have to have your foot overlapping with the post when the puck is on the outside of the zone, which wasn't the case in past games. My last tip is to butterfly when either you know the shot is coming or there's a scrum in front of the net. The objective with goalie is to stay on your feet as much as possible, because movement in the butterfly is very limited. I only like to butterfly when a player is shooting, or I lose track of the puck and it's somewhere in front of my net. But that about wraps this one up. Hopefully you guys enjoy this shorter guide going over the basics. If there's another aspect of goalie you want to learn about, go ahead and leave a comment down below and I'll try and get around to it. If you like this video though, leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.